Hi everyone, today we have a 15-minute stretch routine. This routine you can do on its own or you can add it on to the end of one of your other Pilates routines. It's a nice way to help lengthen your muscles, just relax and feel good. So we're gonna get started on our mat. We're gonna turn to the side. So walk towards the back edge of your mat and just have your legs underneath your hips, doing a gentle roll down. So you can tuck your chin, peel it all the way down, just think one vertebrae at a time. You're also welcome to place your hands on your thighs and then just gently walk your hands down in more of a neutral spine if flexion, if rounding doesn't feel good on your body. So just taking it down towards the mat, nice and slow so you get that release through your back. Reaching it all the way down. If you need to bend your knees in order to keep your hands on the mat, you can do that. Press through the balls of your feet and your heels. And just try to find that lengthening action through the back of your thighs here. Bend your knees and slowly roll it on up again. Or you can walk your hands up your thighs in that neutral spinal position. Reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale, roll it down, taking your arms out to the sides and down. Or you can walk your hands down your thighs. It's up to you. Getting that nice release through your spine here. Again, placing your hands on the mat, you can bend your knees. Try to think about lifting that tailbone up towards the ceiling. So you're going to stretch through your glutes and your hips. And now try to lengthen through your legs a little bit more. Bend your knees again and peel it on up. Think one vertebrae at a time, or walk your hands up your thighs. Again, reaching up and overhead, nice big inhale. Exhale to release, roll it down, or walk your hands down one more time. So feel that connection of your rib cage coming in and together. And you're peeling it on down towards the mat. Keep lifting your hips up nice and high. And you can go into alternating knee bends. So just bending through one knee and then the other. Just little gentle bends. We're just going into our first stretches here. So you don't want to think about giving it 100%. It's about connecting with your body and just kind of going into that mode where you're discovering, okay, where am I today when it comes to my flexibility? Am I tight through one side more than the other? Or is it about equal? Couple more pedals here. And then you can walk your hands out to downward dog. So keep lifting the hips high. Keep pressing your heels down towards the mat. The first downward dog is never the prettiest. It's about just finding that action of lifting your hips up. Keep drawing belly button to spine, getting the stretch through that whole back chain. So calves, hamstrings here. We're still a little bit in discovery mode. So keep lifting your hips and just focus on your breath. Nice big inhale through your nose and then exhale out through your mouth. One more breath. And then you can lower down onto your knees, staying on all fours, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, going into cat-cow, so rounding through your spine, and then lengthening, going into extension here. And again, rounding through your spine. And lengthen to open. 2 more. Last one. Round. And lengthen. Come back to that neutral spinal position. Take one leg forward. Press your hips forward. So now you're getting that stretch through the front of your hips. Be careful that you're not leaning into one hip more. You want to keep the hips even and reach and press the hips forward. You can always make your hands and turn them into fists, or you can do fingertips or your whole hand on the mat as you get that stretch through your hip. Couple more breaths here. Now just take your arm forward. You're going to circle it up, back, and around. We're going to do 2 more just like this. Reach and circle. Last one. And now send your weight back, extending your front leg. Flex your foot and reach it forward. If this is tough on your knee, you can always take a seat on the mat. So you can slide your leg through and just extend it and reach forward to get that stretch through the back of your leg into your hamstring. Otherwise, extend your leg. Make sure that thigh bone, so your femur, is plugged into your hip. So you're drawing it back so your hips are level. Keep flexing your foot by bringing your pinky toe back towards your face as you reach forward. And as soon as you make those little shifts, so drawing that thigh back, keeping the hips level, you're gonna have a whole new experience with this stretch. So keep focusing on your breath, keep lifting up and then forward. Let's hold it here a little bit longer. Last one. And now shift your weight forward back into that runner's lunge stretch. Tuck your toes, lift your hips on up and walk that back foot in. So you may walk it in really close. You may step it back a little bit. You want to keep your heels down, keep your hips lifted. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. And reach forward. So now you're getting a stretch through both of your legs here. Keep drawing your belly button towards your spine a little bit to take pressure off of your back. Nice big inhale and exhale. One more. Now take your foot back, go into downward dog again, lifting the hips up nice and high. Feeling that nice stretch through both of your legs here. Just letting your heels relax down towards the mat. One more breath. Now step your opposite leg through. We're gonna do the same stretches, but just on the other side. So going into your hip stretch, so you wanna feel it through the front of your thigh and through your hip mainly. You're taking your hips and you're pressing them down towards the mat, keeping that chest nice and open. You can lower down onto your fists here, or you can do hands or fingertips, just pressing those hips forward. One more breath, and then you're gonna take your arm, you're gonna reach up and around, getting that nice rotation through your spine. Again, reaching forward, up, and back and around. Last one. And now shift your weight so you're extending that front leg, flexing your foot, draw that thigh back. So you're engaging that full stretch by activating that thigh bone into your hip. You can also do the same thing on the other side. If you took a seat on the mat and your leg is forward, that's an option to take pressure off of your knee. Keep flexing your foot, lean it forward so you get that nice lengthening action through your hip and through your hamstring. Just try to relax into this. So stretching feels a little bit different for every person and every body. Some people find it super intense and uncomfortable. Other people love it. So it's about finding your range of comfort where you get that stretch in, but at the same time, you're not uncomfortable. One more breath. Shift your weight forward, back, into that lunge. Tuck your toes, lift your hips on up. So you're walking that back foot in. Hips are lifted, so you want to be careful that you don't send all of your weight back. Lift out of your hips and then reach it forward. You can always bend your knees and raise that back heel up a little bit to get a deeper stretch, or just allow you to lean over to feel the stretch through the back of your legs and your hamstrings and your hips. So now just reach forward. Relax into this stretch as much as you can. And you can always shake your head out a little bit to make sure you're not putting any extra tension through your neck or through your shoulders. One more breath here. And then reach back with your feet into downward dog. Lift the hips up nice and high. Press the heels down into the mat. So now you should feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more open in this downward dog, meaning your heels can go down towards the mat just a little bit more. You want to think about lifting those hips up nice and high. One more breath here. Lower down onto your knees, onto all fours. Walk your legs back. So now you're in this half plank position. Make sure your shoulders are right over your elbows and your wrists. Bring your elbows in towards your rib cage and slowly lower all the way down onto the mat. Now, nice little gentle cobra, opening up your chest. Press up halfway and then lower back down. You have two more just like this. Nice big inhale. Exhale to lift and lower. One more. And release back down. Now you can take your hands in front, stack them to start, and just bend one knee so you're bringing your heel towards your bottom. You can reach around to grab your foot and just gently bring your heel towards your bottom so you get that stretch through the front of your thigh. You can always rest your head on your hand. Or if it's tough to reach your foot, you can always use a yoga strap or a bathrobe tie and place it around your foot to pull your heel towards your bottom. Try to relax your hips as much as possible. One more breath here. And release back down. So now the same thing, but on the other side. Taking your heel, bringing it towards your bottom. You can reach around to grab your foot or use your belt, whether it's a yoga belt or a bathrobe belt, to bring that heel towards your bottom. You should feel the stretch right through the front of your thigh here. And just try to relax in the stretch. And what I mean by that is just try not to grip or engage your muscles. You want to relax them as much as possible, so that way you get a deeper stretch through the front of your thigh. One more breath. And release back down. Take your hands underneath your armpits, press back into child's pose. So sit your bottom onto your heels, walk your hands forward so you get that nice stretch and lengthening action through your spine. One more breath. And you can roll it all the way back up. So now take your legs in front of you. Bring one leg in, flex your foot, reach your arms overhead, and then lengthen to reach forward. You can either keep your back in that neutral spinal position, or you can round it forward, releasing, and you should feel that stretch again through the back of your leg here. I always like to open up that pinky toe side of my foot. So trying to make sure my foot's not rolling in or out, making sure that your ankle's fully supported here. And then just reach it forward. One more breath. And lift it all the way back up. Okay, same thing now, but on the other side. Extending your leg. Making sure that the hips are level. Reach up towards the ceiling, towards that sky, and then reach forward. So now you're getting that stretch through your hamstring. You can round it forward if you did that on the other side. Opening up that pinky toe side of your foot so that way you get that full stretch through your calf. Couple more deep breaths here. Last one. And then you can lift it all the way back up. Now you can turn to face the front, soles of your feet together, taking your knees out to more of a diamond position. The closer the soles of your feet are in towards your body, the little bit more of an intense stretch you have through your hips. So just know that you can always walk your legs forward. It's up to you, whatever feels best on your hips. Keeping that chest nice and open, you're gonna lift forward and then bring your chest down towards the mat. You can place your forearms on the mat here. You can also just lean forward and hug onto your feet. It's up to you. You'll feel that stretch through your inner thighs and through your hips, and we're just gonna hold it here. So pressing your feet together, relaxing through your hips. Nice big inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Again, nice big inhale. And exhale. One more. Slowly walk your hands in as you lift your chest on up. Walk your legs forward a little bit so you have a longer diamond shape. Reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, open your arms out to the sides to release back down. And again, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale to release back down. One more. Taking your arms up and overhead, take your hands into prayer. Bring them in towards the center of your chest, and you can just close your eyes. And we're just going to focus on our breathing. A nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Again, nice big inhale. And exhale. One more. And then you can release your arms down and open up your eyes. And you are all finished. Great job, and I will see you next time. Bye.